Somebody said Jim Carrey. Yes, Jim Carrey smokes a lot of weed. You see the shit he talks about in his interviews. All right. Cannabis. Yeah, that blueberry strong too. That's all I taste is blueberry. Cannabis originates from the Canis Major star system. This is the cosmic history of cannabis. Okay? First off, cannabis is all feminine. All plants are feminine energy. I don't know if you knew that. Yes, most jazz musicians were smoking cannabis. Cannabis is feminine energy. It's not masculine. All plant life is feminine energy. I don't know if you knew that, but all plants are feminine energy. I repeat that. All plants are feminine energy. Now, you got plants that they try to tell the public are masculine. But any plant that is masculine, if it is masculine, it's because it's a synthetic plant. Understand eugenics. When I said in my song God Talk, they study eugenics, tried cloning my image, right? That's what I was talking about. Like, they've cloned everything on the planet, down to the plants. If you go watch the movie Avatar, what was the first thing they was doing when they was on Pandora? Avatar is all about us. I've told y'all this since last year, right? Publicly. Avatar is about us. All right? Avatar is about how the planet looked. Our planet looked when they first got here. And that's why when they first land on Pandora, okay, the first thing they was doing was studying the genetics, the roots. They needed samples. They were trying to get root samples of the plants, of all the plants there. All right? Because if they can get a sample of the plant's genetics, then they can clone the plant. Just like if they get a sample of your genetics, they can clone you. Okay? Let me repeat that. They needed a sample of the plant when they landed on Pandora. Why? So that they could get the genetics. So that they can replicate the genetics. Now, if you know the history of our planet, you know that everything on the planet has been cloned at this point. But if you know the true history, you also know that why are the oppressors so obsessed with cloning things? Because we cloned them. Okay? Zeus cloned them. Who was Zeus? Zeus was a brother. He was black, like me and you. Carbonated being. He wasn't white. Now, he goes by many names. In some people books, he's Satan. In some people books, he's Odin. In some people books, he's Jesus. In some people books, he's Prometheus. If you go study the Sumerian texts and tabloids, he's Enki and Enlil. This one I'm going to be talking about the Akashic Records later, but just to kind of tap in that. When I'm talking to y'all about our information, I can go to any of their history and tell you who they named them as. Because this is what I was sent to do. I'm channeling right now. I don't got no books in front of me, no nothing. Anytime I talk to y'all, it's coming from here. I'm channeling. So what does channeling mean? That means that I'm basically going inside my genetics. Because my genetics is everywhere throughout the multiverse, and so is yours. I'm going inside my genetics. And I'm going directly to the cosmic source, which is in me, to pull out these memories for you to remember. This is what I've been doing since day one, since I started going live and teaching publicly the last 2 years. It's called channeling. You can do the same thing. But you have been taught not to trust yourself. You have been taught that if it's not coming from somebody else, then it's not validated. So you're cutting yourself off from all these memories that's already sitting inside you. We should be able to laugh about these memories that I'm telling you. This shouldn't be nothing that you just hearing for the first time. We should be laughing about this shit and remember the days type conversation. But a lot of us are hearing it for the first time, or so it feels like we're hearing it for the first time because we had our memories bleached. Cannabis is something that we created on the Canis Major star system. You got to remember that. You're an ancient being. You have to remember that. This is the true reason why the oppressors attacked it. The oppressors have attacked cannabis, nigga. It's illegal. They just now trying to make it legal. All right? Cannabis was attacked from the moment they got here. It was deemed illegal. They just now making it legal. And the weed, and when they saying it's legal now, that's through the dispensaries. And this shit is getting smoked through dispensaries, and even the shit they growing. Even if you getting it off the streets and you thinking that your weed is different because you didn't get it out of the dispensary, you're fooling yourself. All the weed that's being grown they have tampered with the genetics of the plant. To understand why, you have to understand cannabis. Cannabis is one of the most powerful plant sources throughout the entire multiverse. Cannabis. Remember now, to you it's just Zaza. To you it's just a backwood. It's just a king palm. It's just a whatever you rolling in. But you're forgetting that is an actual plant, and all plant has what? Life, mind, body, and soul. So, when you're taking in the smoke, what you think is smoke from the plant that you're burning, you're fusing your spirit with the spirit of the plant. This is why you start to experience the feeling that you call high. Okay? This whole feeling that you're feeling of, oh, I think I'm high, you're not really high. Right? Your spirit is connecting with the spirit of the plant. And once you connect with the spirit of the plant, now she starts to unlock genetics within you. So this is why Bob Marley said, when you smoke the herb, it reveals yourself to you. Now, you know how a lot of y'all get paranoid? People get paranoid when they smoke. Everybody don't get paranoid when they smoke, though. Why is that? Some people smoke, they get paranoid. Other people smoke and don't get paranoid at all. You know why? Because like Bob Marley said, it reveals you to yourself. The cannabis has been infused with the spirit of truth. You got to remember what Ashe is. Ashe is the universal life force that connects us all. But what is Ashe? The Ashe is the dark matter energy, the photon energy, the chemical compounds that were used to create things within different planets, the nutrients that was used to create this physical realm that we experience. That's all a part of the Ashe. The quantum energies, the plasma energies, the gamma radiation. That's all a part of Ashe. And the plant was infused with the spirit of truth. Just like certain crystals you wear are infused with the spirit of truth. So if something is infused with the spirit of truth, your third eye will be open. Right? So the cannabis was infused with the spirit of truth. So when you smoking it, this is why whatever you think about, the truth is going to come to you. Even if it's about yourself. So this is what everybody experiences paranoia. Because you're not right within. You probably going through something. It's probably something that don't sit right with you. So now when you smoking, you thinking you just smoking, but you're connecting your spirit with the spirit of a truthful plant. Each plant is not going to speak enlightenment and truth to you. But cannabis does, though. You got a lot of different species of plants. Remember, the plants alone are a species. You have trillions of different species of plants, and they all have different jobs, and they have all different things that they do. Plants are not just limited to this goddamn planet. This is the headquarter of the plant species, though. Just like Xylanthia is the headquarter of the Anunnaki gods. This planet, yeah, drop the nines if y'all understand what I'm saying. This planet is the headquarter of the species for plants. But the species of plants don't just stop right here on this planet. Plants is on every planet. You got plant life on every planet, in every galaxy, in every dimension, everywhere. They just like us. They everywhere. This is why we one with the plants. We created plants though. But plant life is everywhere. Even in the seas. You go 10,000 leagues under the motherfucking sea and you're going to find plants. You understand what I'm saying? Plants are a species. Okay? So when you're talking about cannabis, you're talking about a certain type of plant. Okay? So when we talking about this species called cannabis, this plant called cannabis, which is a part of the plant species, that particular plant was created in the Canis Major star system. Cannabis does not come from Earth. Cannabis does not come from Earth. You don't come from Earth. Shit, the human beings don't even come from Earth. Nothing on Earth is from Earth. Everything on this planet was brought here. Okay? This was our planet that we, the gods, were building up to replicate our headquarter planet. This was like our baby. This is Planet Kai. This is Tiamat, which is also why in the Eternals movie, they froze Tiamat. They killed Tiamat, didn't they? But we'll talk about that in the Eternals lecture. We'll save that for that lecture coming up in 2 weeks. But the name of this planet anciently was Planet Kai or Tiamat. And I've been telling y'all that too, way before they ever came out with a fucking Eternals movie. Think it's a coincidence that in the movie Eternals, the shit was called Tiamat. The Celestial was called Tiamat. And it was planet where? On Earth. We'll get to that though when that lecture comes up. We talking cosmic history right now. I'm giving you your cosmic history. Because you want to believe you're African American. You want to believe that old La La Land story about you was in Africa and that our history goes no further than Africa. That's a fucking lie. Africa in itself is a European name. So what is you talking about? Africa ain't even named Africa, nigga. So what is you talking about? When you say Africa, when you get the name of them tribes, you speak in Spanish, you speak in European languages, man. European languages. See what I'm saying? They didn't just invade the Americas, motherfucker, in the West. Pre-colonialization, when the Spanish colonized us. When Spain colonized us, if you want to call them the Spaniards. That ain't nothing but another name for the reptilians and Pleiadians, man. But when they colonized us, man, they didn't just hit the Americas, dog. So stop feeling like y'all know something when people like, oh, well, in Africa. If you got to even say in Africa, you not on the vibration I'm on, man, that means you a student in this class. See, when I go sit in the class with elders, I'm students in their classes. But in this class, you a motherfucking student. If you in the comments and you even, well, in Africa, in this religion, in this tradition, what were they before they were called Africans? What were they? And who are those people that's called Africans? Those are our brothers and sisters. That's us. That's still us. It's still us. All right. So when you start saying Africa or in Cuba or anciently in Brazil, you can't go that anciently if you're going to call it Brazil. You're not getting ancient enough in this motherfucker for me. When you get to saying, well, anciently in Africa, you're not ancient enough because you're saying Africa. We going beyond Africa in here. This is the University of Cosmic Intelligence. We in the cosmos. So before there was ever a motherfucking planet, it was the cosmos. That's the divine information I bring to the planet. This is cosmic intelligence, man. This ain't no earth shit. You see what I'm saying? This shit before it was a planet, it was a cosmos. Remember that. Before it was Earth, Mars, Uranus, Venus, a galaxy, a universe, a planet around any of that shit. It was the cosmos. We was in the cosmos first, before we ever came into this physical density. I'm talking to you on a cosmic level. You see what I'm saying? It's 9 different multiverses. And one multiverse alone has 9 universes. And each universe has 999 galaxies within it. And each galaxy has 999 planets within that galaxy. And each planet has 9 realms, man. And that's in one multiverse. It's 9 multiverses, which all 9 multiverses are being ran by us on our home planet, Xylanthia. Series X. So this is why I can tell you about exactly what planet this comes from. I was here. Or should I say I was there. The Cannabis Major Star System. Go watch my YouTube lecture on galaxies and on the truth about constellations. This is why I gave a lecture about the truth about constellations. Shout out to South Africa. I see y'all in here. This is why I gave a truth about the constellations, a lecture about the constellations, so that you can understand that what constellations really are. They are really galaxies. They hid the galaxies from you by naming them constellations. Even I even told you, your zodiac sign is considered a constellation. So if your zodiac sign is considered a constellation, and the constellations are galaxies, then you know what galaxy you was in before you got here. G Rico, what it do, God? Yeah, they got it raining real bad right now in Georgia. But that's a whole nother lecture. The ancestors sent me to talk to y'all about the cannabis right now. Okay? So, you have a group of beings. Okay? You need to know about the beings who created cannabis. So let me tell you about them. There are a group of beings that exist. All right? And they are the ones responsible for creating the cannabis. All right? These beings are gods, though. But we are gods. If you can understand that the gods is the name of our species, you will then understand why the Africans had so many gods. Go to African tradition. They had many gods. Go to look at Egyptian tradition if you do want to use the earth schools as a source of reference. Because if you want to be truly enlightened, you can't use these earth schools. You got to use the spiritual schools which are within you. I'll repeat that. If you wish to be truly enlightened, you cannot use the earth schools that have been placed around you to misguide you, to mislead you. You have to go to the spiritual universities, and they lie within you. They only lie within you. See what I'm saying? The spiritual universities. So, we are all gods. You go look at the Mayans tradition, they had many gods. Go look at the Incas, they had many gods. Go look at the Aztecs, the Cherokee, any tribes, they had many gods. Go look at any African tradition, the Zulu, the Yoruba tribes. They had many gods. Go look at the Chinese, the Japanese, many, many, many gods. Then you get over here to Western Europe, you get over here to Europeanized shit, and then it's just one God all of a sudden. You must ask yourself, why do they have many gods? Because we are everywhere. We are everything. We have many jobs. Right?